Okay, let's talk about the golden ratio. But first, I want to illustrate this by giving an example. And this is one of the examples I put on my Facebook page. So let's give the answer to that. Suppose your child came home from school after taking a ninth grade exam and stated that he or she should have gotten a perfect score on the exam. You ask then, why didn't you get a perfect score? And your child says, because the teacher said one of the answers given on my paper was incorrect when it was correct. So you ask to see the paper. On the paper, your child gives the answer as square root of 5 minus 1 divided by 2. But the teacher says the correct answer is square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2. So your child says both answers are the ratio of the legs of a rectangle, and one answer is the reciprocal of the other. And the paper should be graded as 100% because the paper didn't specify which ratio. Your child asks you to appeal to the principal to get the grade changed to 100. So you look at the question and it shows a rectangle with one side equal to square root of 5 plus 1 and the other side equal to 2. Will you be a good parent and appeal to the principal to change the grade to 100% for your child? Let's continue. Let's look at this rectangle. Okay, so we have a rectangle with one side, the short side is 2, and the long side is square root of 5 plus 1. So the ratio of the sides of the rectangle are, let's call one ratio beta. So beta is equal to the longest side divided by the short side. Therefore, the inverse of beta is 1 over beta, or that's equal to the short side divided by the longest side. So therefore, beta is equal to the longest side divided by the short side, which is square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2, or the inverse is equal to 1 over beta, which is equal to 2 divided by the square root of 5 plus 1. So we'll call both of these ratios beta and psi. So beta is equal to square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2, or phi, 2 divided by square root of 5 plus 1. Let's continue. We know if we multiply two numbers and one number is a reciprocal of the other, our answer will be 1. Therefore, let's multiply the two ratios. Let's multiply beta and phi. So beta is square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2, and phi is 2 divided by the square root of 5 plus 1. And we multiply these together, we see that they cancel each other, and we get 1. So the ratios of the legs of the rectangle does give a 1, which means one ratio is the reciprocal of the other. Now let's investigate these two ratios. The teacher's answer is equal beta is equal to square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2. And your child's answer is equal to phi, square root of 5 minus 1 divided by 2. We know if we multiply two numbers and one number is the reciprocal, our answer will be 1. So let's see the reciprocal of the teacher's answer. Here's the teacher's answer. Square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2. And the reciprocal is 1 over beta, which is 1 divided by the square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2. We invert and multiply, and we get 1 over beta is equal to 2 divided by 5, square root of 5 plus 1, which is the inverse. Okay? So the reciprocal is 2 divided by the square root of 5 plus 1. That's the reciprocal of the teacher's answer. But we can't leave this answer like this. We must rationalize the denominator, meaning we must move the square root to the numerator. To do this, we multiply the equation by its conjugate. So to get the conjugate, we just change the minus sign to a plus and multiply, which is 2 divided by the square root of 5 plus 1 multiplied by square root of 5 minus 1 divided by the square root of 5 minus 1. Okay. And when we multiply these out, let's continue. We get 2 times the square root of 5 minus 1 on the top in the numerator, and in the denominator we get square root of 5 plus 1 times square root of 5 minus 1. Okay. And if we multiply these out, we get square root of 5 times square root of 5 right there. Square root of 5 times minus 1, square root of 5 times minus 1. 1 times square root of 5, 1 square root of 5 times 1, and 1 times minus 1 is minus 1. Okay. So we multiply these out and add them together. Square root of 5 times square root of 5 is 5. Square root of 5 times minus 1 is minus square root of 5. Square root of 5 plus 1 is plus square root of 5. And 1 times minus 1 is minus 1. And if we add these together, the square roots cancel. And we get 2 times square root of 5 minus 1 in the numerator. And 5 minus 1 in the denominator, which is 4. And then 2 goes into 4 2 times. So when we rationalize the inverse of the teacher's answer, we get the square root of 5 minus 1 divided by 2. The reciprocal of the teacher's answer is your child's answer. Therefore, your child does deserve a 100% grade because your child did give the ratio of the sides of the triangle, of the rectangle. Let's continue. What is the golden ratio? In mathematics, two quantities are in the golden ratio if their ratio is the same as the ratio of their sum to the larger of the two quantities. Let's look at that and see what that says. Let's say we have two lines. I call the first line A and the second line B. Then the sum of those two lines is A plus B. Okay. And now I'm going to take the ratio of A plus B to A and A to B. And I'm going to call that the golden ratio. So A plus B, the sum A plus B is to the line A as A is to B. Okay, so that's called the golden ratio. And I'm going to call that equal to beta. Okay, so both of those are equal to beta. This is the golden ratio is what I use in our problem. With your child got the answer on her question, okay, on her exam question. And this is the same thing I use, the golden ratio. Let's see why the golden ratio is equal to beta is equal to the square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 1.618 something. Okay. God uses the golden ratio in the design of the universe, which includes flowers, leaves, and portions of plants. The golden ratio is believed to be a proportion that is aesthetically pleasing. Let's look at this golden ratio and see how we get it. The square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2. As previously stated, the golden ratio is A plus B divided by A is equal to A divided by B is equal to beta. That's really read A plus B is to A as A is to B. And that's equal to beta, okay? And beta is equal to the square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2, okay? And let's see how we did that. Let's see how we get that. First, let's look at the beta is equal to A plus B divided by A. Well, if we divide A plus B by A, we get A divided into A plus B divided into plus B divided by A. So we get A plus B divided by A is equal to A over A plus B over A. Okay. So that's equal to 1 because A goes in A one time plus B over A. But what is B over A? Well, B over A is the inverse of beta, which is equal to A plus B. Okay. Beta is also equal to A plus B. So B over A is 1 over beta. Okay. So now we can solve for beta. So when we substitute B over A for 1 over B, we get B beta is equal to 1 plus 1 over beta. And we multiply both sides of this equation by beta, we get beta times beta is 1. Beta divided by beta is 1. Beta times 1 is beta. And beta times beta is beta squared. So beta squared is equal to beta plus 1. And if we move all the terms over to the left, we get beta squared minus beta minus 1 is equal to 0. And as you can see, this is a quadratic equation. So using the standard formula for the coefficients, we can solve for beta. Here's the quadratic equation. And here are what the coefficients of this equation are. For beta squared is A is equal to 1. The coefficient of minus beta is B equal minus 1. And the coefficient of minus 1 is equal to C, which is minus 1. And all we got to do is substitute A, B, and C into this beta equation. Okay? So all we got to do is substitute in. So we substitute A, B equal minus 1, C equals minus 1, and A equals 1 into this equation. And we get beta is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 4. And that's equal to beta equals 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2. And beta equals 1 minus square root of 5 divided by 2. Well, 1 minus square root of 5 divided by 2 gives us a negative number, which we don't need. Okay? Since our ratios are positive numbers, a negative number is meaningless. Therefore, beta is equal to the square root of 5 plus 1 divided by 2. And this, my friend, is the golden ratio and how it's derived. I really enjoyed making this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Mathematics is fun. Until next time.